Excuse me, were you the one talking to me?
Move from my face.
No, why are you taunting me, soldier? Why are you taunting me?
Move from your phone from my face.
Excuse me? You can't be rude to me. Did you heard him? He was talking to me all along. I'm sure you heard him, right? He was saying that no pictures in the bathroom. You don't want to say nothing? Excuse me, sir. Sir, did you hear him talk what he was telling me?
I don't know speak English.
Oh, you don't speak English. Can I speak with your supervisor, please? I don't appreciate you talking. You telling me there's no pictures. I can't take pictures in the bathroom and all that. Was I talking to you?
Am I talking to you?
Yeah, you were talking to me. You're
I
saying
mentioned your name.
you said no pictures in the bathroom.
I said I mentioned your name.
You're very rude. You're very rude. Can I speak with your supervisor though? Because I don't like how I'm being.
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, yes, you're talking to me.
I'm not talking to you.
So who are you telling that to? That no pictures in the
I
bathroom.
said I'm not talking to
Who
you.
are you talking to though? There's no pictures in the bathroom. And why are you taking my video?
Yeah.
So they tell you to set me up as a foreigner for arrest? That's what they're telling you to do? To be arresting foreigners? Can I speak with your
Move from
supervisor?
my face. Move from my face.
Excuse me? You're very rude, sir. I would like to speak to your supervisor. Excuse me? Can I speak with your supervisor? You heard the way he was taunting me.
What's going on?
You know, as I stood here waiting for the elevator, I said, no pictures in the bathroom. You heard him say that.
Sorry.
You heard him, right? You heard him, right?
So what do you want me to do?
Can you call your supervisor? Because I'm a foreigner and they always bother me everywhere. It's like they're setting me up for arrest.
Okay, if you go up there, you see the supervisor.
Okay. You heard us was saying no pictures in the bathroom. You heard him, I don't lie. You heard him, right? And he was taunting me, you know. And he said, get out of my face, you know. And he said, get on the elevator and leave. So everywhere I go, they'll be telling people to set me up for arrest. Because I'm a foreigner. I'm here in New York by myself. You know, I'm from Nigeria. So they'll be like, we can kill this one and send him back to Nigeria. So, you know, can you please tell me your name?
Jim.
What's your name?
Jim.
Jim, you're also afraid. I can see you're very afraid. Don't be scared. In case anything happens to me, just be a good witness. Just be a good witness. This is not funny. They threaten my life anywhere I go. Okay? And I say, I heard they kill many immigrants like this. They kill, you know, there's all kinds of gangs out there shooting taxi drivers, immigrant taxi drivers, and taking their money. So I don't know what this is about. They rob me all the time. This is not funny either. So he said, your supervisor's upstairs? They don't let me use the bathroom anywhere. You know. So he appears to be also West African or whatever. You know, it's like a gang. Since my mother's daughters killed my mother and took my Bolani and Flora, feigned mental illness from my mother, and God had killed in Bellevue Hospital, she was getting treated for heart disease. I have no peace. I've been suing the NYPD also for taking my home and rendering my mother homeless. You know, so the NYPD that took our home can be tried with felony murder. Felony murder is when your negligence causes somebody else to suffer death later. So I said it's a bad reputation for homeless people in this country. You can just claim any homeless people free and they will believe. So the force of I get one said after the police removed me, my mother Eric Garner was trying to help me. My mother with our court papers in 2014, the police went and took him dead. You know, and the police won't help me. You know, the prosecutors won't help me. You know, with anything. So it's all kinds of cover up, and I keep getting taunted in a row. Transsexual. It's like somebody put a hit on me that we can kill this person and take the property. You know, and they bring people around me. There were little children to saying, Dada, Dada, Mama. You know, I'm a transsexual, I'm a Nigerian transsexual. You know. So I believe they think that they can kill me and claim, you know, I adopted so many children before dying. I believe there's a criminal intent behind this. And they're involving Africans. They have people from the Caribbean, so to make it not look racial. You know, they have little kids. No, not necessarily these kids out here, but sometimes they have little kids trying to grab me, say, Dada, Mama. So I don't have any child. I've not adopted any child. So there's a criminal ring. They believe, you know, especially since my mother is dead, my father is also dead, and they know my mother's daughters here in America, Bolani and Flora. You know, they killed my mother, and my mother has another daughter in Nigeria, you know, called Funke. But my mother said that she doesn't trust that one either, because that one was always talking to people in Nigeria that hates my mother. You know, and they buried my mother on June 12th to make it look like the police was the one that killed my mother. June 12th is a very bad day in Nigeria where the Nigerian military allegedly stole an election from a civilian. You know, so you don't bury a Nigerian on June 12th. It's like burying an American on July 4th or burying an American on Martin Luther King Day. That's just, that's just, it's like they were trying to fund my mother after death. So that's another side. And that Funke, she knows what June 12 means. I don't see her in America, but I'm sorry, I'm born here in America. But the one that was in Nigeria and came here to bury my mother on June 12, she knows what June 12 means. And so, and she's been acting funny. She's not interested in getting justice for my mother either. When I told her that I believe my mother's daughters, action and trying to lying on my mother, saying she was mentally ill and getting the hospital to lock her up as she was getting treated, to get in the hospital to lock her up in the psych ward. And they said as they were about to carry her into the psych ward at W Hospital, they said that's when she died. So I believe that because they say when people are put under extra stress, that can easily go to cause them to die. Because my mother was telling me also that daughters were aggravating her in the hospital at Bellevue, Bolali and Flora, and she was suspicious. They were trying to put her in the psych ward, and she said she's not going to go to the psych ward easy. She said she was going to fight. And that was the last statement my mother made. And by some days later, when I called the hospital, they told me she's already dead. I said, how did she die? They said they were about to put her in the psych ward, and she was angry. And that's it. But they wouldn't explain fully because she was very angry as they were about to put her in the psych ward. So they set her up to kill her, Doris Bolani and Flora, because they know arresting my mother through a dubious means will get her angry. So this is what is going on. Whereby I'm being set up also. This is this governor who said he should be taking phones from kids. And ever since she said that, because I always go online to report about this governor that my mother was killed here in this state of New York. She's the governor. And I go online and inform the Office of Discrimination, New York State Department of Division of Human Rights, and they don't help me. I tell them my friend Eric Gordon was also killed. They don't help me. So I've been reporting this Oko online to Black Lives Matter and stuff. And since then, she issued an order that she be taking cell phone from kids. So they treat me like a child here when I try to use the bathroom. And when they arrest me like that, they would take my cell phone. The last time they arrested me and put me in the psych ward in 2019, she was the vice governor then, Como was the governor. They took all my cell phone, except one that I had in my pocket. So that's why I wear a winter jacket all year round, so I can hide all my other cell phones. And I have, in 2019, I hide them in my jacket pocket. And so they arrest me like that and say they want to put me in the psych ward, that I'm fighting with somebody. They leave all my belongings behind, my suitcase and anything. And they did in 2019, and all my evidence, they still that way. They created false rules of arrest. And they said, now they're killing people. There's a psychiatric drug they found very potent, ketamine. It's killed a Canadian actor called Matthew Perry. They said he was given that ketamine. It's a psychiatric drug. It will get you to have a heart attack. So now they want to, they killed another Black American in Denver, Colorado, with that ketamine drug. They say somebody called police on him and said he looked crazy. He was wearing a jacket. And even though it was winter, I said it was a hot day, he was wearing a jacket. And they were trying to force him to psychiatric ward. He said no. And the police called the paramedic to inject him with that ketamine psychiatric drug and choke him dead. And the city of Colorado refused to prosecute that case. The city of Denver refused to prosecute that case since 2019. I kept talking about it here in New York, on the train, everywhere, to Black Lives Matter. And all of a sudden, they decided to prosecute that police officer last year. And they convicted him on manslaughter. And the paramedic that injected the Black American Elijah McClain with ketamine, they convicted that paramedic of misuse of medical device. So this was going on. They tried to set me to mess up my plans, abuse me about against the public accommodation laws, like the civil rights laws, Section 1983 of the United States Code, that says you can't discriminate against somebody in the public place. So they tried to harass me from using the bathroom. So they put me through all this extra stress. Sometimes they're having kids trying to bump into me in the bathroom. So at the hallways, I always, in case that happens, I bring my camera out. I say, please don't bump into me. So they're trying to create a rules whereby I won't be able to record as I'm being attacked in the bathroom. I think they're purposely hiring kids and their parents to be trying to bump into me in the women's bathroom. And they're trying to scare me from having any evidence. I think this is an extortion attempt. And that African guy, I believe he might be from West Africa. I believe he needs to be arrested. What does he know about kids trying to bump into me in the bathroom? How come he knows when I try to forcefully bump into me in the bathroom, on the hallway in the bathroom, I always record. How does he know that? I've never met him before in my life. So, it's like, and they'll tell me they're going to be killed. Sometimes they'll have strangers point their fingers like boom, boom, boom. I believe it's an extortion team. They believe they can kill a foreigner and claim the person adopted so many children before death. that they may claim I'm a part of a sex cult. You know, and this is very scary. All I have is a green card in America. You know, they can't be linking me to children adoption, because you know, if you have children and you don't pay child support in America, you can be deported. So I think that they're trying to send me for deportation or even kill me, and claim I fathered so many children and claim they accidentally killed me and all the money belongs to the children I fathered as a transsexual. So the international community needs to look into this. FIFA, New York is not set to host the World Cup in 2026. There's a criminal gang working with the police, you know, trying to set up Africans. And I'm interested in knowing, is this gang, as they set up other people, kill other people in the past, and claim these people fathered children, adopted children, and it's a lie or something. So the international community needs to investigate this. Their police have gone rogue. Their governor here in New York has gone rogue. And this is very scary. This is a threat to international peace. My mother reached out to the U.S. Justice Department, who was a naturalized U.S. citizen, to help her that when the police took her home and her daughters were like threatening her, and the U.S. Justice Department declined the case. So what they do is ignore you, and anything that happens to you becomes an accident. You know, and they're encouraging criminals. They say some criminals are shooting, they say in Brooklyn or somewhere, like this month, or last month, rather, June 2024. They say a cab driver from the Middle East, somebody went and shoot him in the head, is now brain dead. You know, I said that they're robbing foreigners through any means. So New York is not safe, and when you report to the police that you're being targeted, you're being followed, the police won't help you. They make me wait 4 hours, 5 hours after I call 911, and the police won't show. And they give me the runaround. They keep telling me, go here, go there. You know, even I try to report to the civilian. You know, I report to the New York State Department of Human Rights. That's the Governor's Office for Discrimination, to report discrimination. And New York City Department of Human Rights also, and the Division of Human Rights. And they don't help me. They just give me the runaround. I called the CCRB, which is the Civilian Complaint Review Board, which is supposed to investigate police corruption. They don't help me. They just give me the runaround. I called the New York City Department of Investigation. They're supposed to investigate corruption in New York City. They don't help me either. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I need to speak to the supervisor.
He's right back there in a black shirt.
Can you call him? I don't know how to
Have his
identify.
radio. You gotta go to him.
How would I identify him? Excuse me, ma'am. Are you the security supervisor?
The black one.
Excuse me, are you the security supervisor? You're the supervisor? Yeah, as I was coming upstairs, I'm a transsexual. Anytime I use the women's bathroom, they harass me there. This is going on for years. And so as I was coming upstairs, one of the security guards said, was like saying, no cell phones in the bathroom, no cell phones in the bathroom. I was like, excuse me, sir, do I know you? Why are you harassing me? He's like, get out of my face. Get out of my face, you know? So I believe I'm being set up as a foreigner transsexual, and they're trying to ridicule me.
You can call 311 and make a complaint. That's the best thing I can tell you.
So, I told the other security guard, he heard him tell me no cell phone in the bathroom. I'm like, why are you harassing me? I don't even know you. So they're menacing me, so I want to file a complaint.
You have to call 311 and file a complaint, ma'am.
Can I have your badge number?
I don't have a badge number. You have to call 311 and make a complaint.
What
to
is your
DOT.
name?
Department of Transportation. I'm the security inspector.
Okay. But you can't tell me your name.
My name is Debbie. I'm the only Debbie that works here. You can call
Okay.
311
And what
make a
about you? What's your
complaint.
name?
You don't need to worry about
They
it.
say you're the head of the security guard.
I'm head of security.
Oh, okay.
I told you what to do, and that's the only other option,
Okay,
okay?
so child I believe as security, you're interested in criminal actions, behavior going on, but you're appear to be covering up, which is a crime in the United States federal law, federal code. So save the camera. I'm informing the U.S. Congress, and other civil rights activists.
Okay.
So this will be investigated. Nobody's going to scare me.
Okay, that's
And if I
fine,
get
that's
attacked in the bathroom,
fine.
let them know.
That's
There's a
fine.
criminal stuff going on here. I'm not going to be attacked.
That's
My friend
fine.
Ghana was killed outside now.
You can do
So let
whatever
them
you
know.
want.
Their time is going to be up. They're going to face
Okay.
criminal prosecution.
Okay.
Okay, I don't appreciate your attitude.
Okay.
Okay? Oh, that's your attitude.
Have a good day.
In the daytime, there's cameras all around, and they'll be laughing at me, looking at me condescendingly. They believe because it's winter, it's summertime, I hide all my evidence in my jacket, but that's why I wear a jacket. They believe they can just film mental illness for me. Just like my mother's daughter, Valani and Flora, film mental illness for my mother and Kira, they believe they can do it again. So this is what they're doing. Especially as the Supreme Court ruled on Friday that homeless can be arrested and be made to look like vagrants. So I believe the Supreme Court has empowered them. They can get away with another killing, and they keep bringing children near me anywhere I go. They be saying, "Dada, Mama." You know, I'm like, who are these children? I didn't adopt no kids. I don't have any children. I don't plan to adopt any kids. You know, I don't plan to have kids, and that, you know, and that's none of their business either. But I don't have any children. In case I'm killed, anybody comes out with any kind of scheme to say I have children, no. They need to be arrested, and any such child needs to be put under foster care. That's child trafficking, you know, and using a child for extortion to make money. I don't have any agreement with anybody to make children foreign. So this is getting extreme. This is open hostility. The international community needs to feel threatened. You know, my friend Arigano killed my mother, killed here in New York City after the NYPD took my home on Staten Island in 2010. And it's been a series of killings and lynchings and harassment all day, and the condescending attitude, mockery. You know, they'll make mockery faces at me as I'm reporting serious issues. That my mother is dead, they'll make mockery faces, sometimes they'll be laughing. You know, they have Spanish for attacking me. So this is a nightmare. This is a hell. This is a hell for civil rights. 10 million, 500 years after slavery ended, in which 10 million Africans got killed, is continuing. And they have Spanish people so condescending towards me. You know, every race. Sometimes the Spanish people come to the bathroom, they'll call me monkey. You know, they make a monkey sound. And they'll call the police. You know, say I'm taking too long in the bathroom or whatever excuse. They just make up lies. So they're telling Spanish, white, other blacks to be jumping Africans. So FIFA, this is not supposed to us to work out, and they're covering up everything. And they believe they have all the weapons to shut up the whole world, to shut up Russia, to shut up China. So FIFA, don't bring the problem into the world. So, you know, please address this security issue with Governor Oko. Play my video to her. Let her say something. And please review whether this city is safe to host the World Cup in 2026. I'm going to inform all the football associations. I'll try as much as possible. They deny me access to the phone, to the internet. I use the public Wi-Fi. And this Governor Oko issued an order that should taking phone from the kids. And they treat me like a child. I'm 40, you know, I'll be 43 years old this year. I was born July 8, 1981. So I'm not a kid. I said this is how they treat the racists treat the blacks. They call them boy. Even my friend Aragon said they were calling them boy. Some said they were calling them boy before they killed them. So they had some people, civilians, like undercover agent that was harassing him. His family alleged that but they can't identify those people after his death. Aragon is the only one that knows those people. So they said that's the best way to dehumanize it. They treat me like a child when I try to use the bathroom. Call the police on me, tell me my time is up. Even though there's a New York City law signed by Mayor de Blasio, since it was mayor some years ago, saying they should give women more time to use the bathroom and create extra bathroom stalls, you know, for women. And they'll go and lock up all the extra stalls. And, you know, they said women need more time to handle their sanitary hygiene needs. And they don't give me more time, they'll keep rushing me. It's like they want me to have a heart attack. And it's something called broken heart syndrome, that if you keep putting extra stress on somebody, their heart could fail and they could drop dead. So people have been dropping dead. And they don't have a family history of cardiovascular disease. My mother used to suffer from cardiovascular disease. They say my father died of stroke in Nigeria. You know, so it's like they're weaponizing biological weapons. So they have to investigate this New York City for war crime. Even the Nigerian church I used to go to called synagogue. As soon as I sued the NYPD, you know, I was given, you know, I write testimonial on the church website. That, you know, the prayer is working, they should keep praying for me. You know, and soon they said an American bomber plane left German air base and went to Nigeria and blew up the church. A Russian military plane said they were following the plane. They thought the plane was going to come to Russia. They were keeping watch on the German air base of the American military because the Russians felt threatened by it. And they saw one day the bomber plane left the German air base and they thought it was coming to Russia. So the Russian military spy plane was following it and they saw it going to Nigeria. So they were wondering what is going on in Nigeria. that has the U.S. bomber plane go to Nigeria, and the Nigerian pastor called Pastor Joshua of the synagogue church, which my mother and I used to attend, said he saw his surveillance camera pick up the plane hovering above his building, and the plane blew up his building. Many white South Africans that go to that trip died. Many Africans died. In 2014, this was, the same 2014 they killed my friend in Ghana, and they set the house on fire where I was housed. I was keeping evidence against the NYPD, and the fire department wouldn't turn off the fire. People were shouting that this fire looked staged. It was a 219 Canal Street on Staten Island, March 19, 2014. So that 2014, they would just fire everywhere. And anytime they arrest me, they tell me all my belongings has been burnt. And the sanitation department came and they leave all my belongings on the floor and took me when handled. That's why I put my important stuff in my jacket pocket and wear a jacket all year round. So this is extreme humiliation, and their governor has gone rogue. They said the NYPD said they need more support from her. They walked out of the funeral of one of the NYPD officers from Long Island this year. They walked her out and said she has to give them more power. Because the federal court here in Brooklyn actually, New York, but the federal court in Brooklyn said the police should stop targeting blacks and foreigners, and using their civilian accessory undercover agent to target us for arrest. So since then, this Governor Oku said they should continue, they should disregard that federal court order in 2013, November. This court, Floyd versus City of New York. There was a settlement agreement that was entered. I believe there was a court order. It wasn't really a settlement agreement. So that Governor Oku is disregarding that. She needs to be charged for contempt of court order. And she's been saying that they should be taking phones from the kids. Because the pastor Joshua said life is a school. Life is a school. And I would say that also. So it's like they're referring to that pastor Joshua his church was bombed in Nigeria. The church my mother used to go to in Nigeria in 2014. And this Governor Oku, they need to investigate her for terrorism. And she's been putting the National Guard, which is the U.S. military, around anywhere I'm at. Especially, I used to go to the World Trade Center to use the bathroom there. She placed so many soldiers there, even though there was no threat to the World Trade Center, because they always have the color orange when there's a threat to the World Trade Center. And there was no threat in New York, and she placed so many soldiers there last year to scare me from using the bathroom there. And they said there was a snowfall in Buffalo. So many Black Americans died because they were waiting for help, and the National Guard soldiers that were supposed to help them, Governor Oku left them in New York City instead of Buffalo, where they needed help. So the families of the nurse from Texas that died in Buffalo, last year, they're investigating. Because that nurse called 911 and they told her to wait. The 911 responders told her to wait for the soldiers, and they couldn't find the soldiers anywhere in Buffalo. They were all in New York City. The World Trade Center with the bottom. So that this Governor couldn't to investigate for terrorism, as I'm exposing a secret. This is afraid of something, and she's encouraging the police to be attacking homeless and put us in psych ward because they have the drug called ketamine. They've used that to kill so many Black Americans, like Elijah McClain. They said that drug will give you a heart attack immediately. A Canadian actor also died in Los Angeles. They suspected the ketamine that was given was the one that killed him. So they're killing so many blacks and foreigners without psychiatric drug, and this Governor Oku needs to be investigated for terrorism charges. Also, the Me Too, I approached them after Arugana was killed. I said the NYPD sexually abused me and took my home in 2010, kicking me and my mother out, and Arugana was trying to help me and my mother, and they choked him dead. And I approached the Me Too after they killed Arugana, and the Me Too said they couldn't help me. Gloria, the lawyer, said she needs them to arrest R. Kelly and Weinstein and make money for a client. So she's going to keep it covered. She's not going to take the NYPD to court for me, which is bribery under the law, and it's also called RICO. You don't bribe the police to arrest R. Kelly and Weinstein by covering up their own secrets for them. And since then, she's made money for the R. Kelly and Weinstein. She said the Me Too has such a foothold with the police here, like Gloria told me, and with the New York State. So I believe it's a conspiracy. I believe I'm an important witness that could unravel the mystery behind Arugana's killing. I recorded Arugana before they killed him. He told me I was going to help. His name was Arugana. And the police went and took him there in the same spot where I recorded him when I last spoke to him. So I believe I have so many evidence. I also have been under FBI surveillance since 2000 when I came into the country. My mother was put in immigration court. So they know I have so many evidence. Even some of the evidence are stored with the FBI because they put me on surveillance, track my phone. So, but they know it's also important to have a live witness in court. And I believe this is why they're trying to kill me, because they believe I'm a very important witness that could get the Me Too in trouble, especially Gloria Allred, for bribing the police to arrest R. Kelly and Weinstein, and I could get this Governor Oku in trouble, and get the corrupt police in trouble. So I believe this is like a genocidal attempt, with the ambush in the bathroom. They said they've done this in the past to another immigrant called Abdullah Wimmer. It says the police saw some blacks were giving the police trouble in Brooklyn and went and arrested this Abdul woman, took him to the bathroom and raped him with a stick. You know, so this is a common practice for the police to get you abused in the bathroom. And they believe, lynch in the bathroom. I really want to do it again. So, this governor, if anything happens to me, she needs to be arrested for making New York State. And she says she's been in the governor's seat as a vice governor for like decades. I believe she might be in the governor's seat when her governor was killed, when my mother was killed. So she has a lot to be investigated for. And I'm an important witness that could get her nailed in prison. And she's also a lawyer. So I believe, and the lawyers know the importance of killing evidence. So she sent out a message that she's taking cell phone from the kid. I believe it's a gang-coded message to this NYPD folks. And since then, strangers will suddenly attack when I'm trying to use the bathroom. And they'll bring the police there, so I'm causing trouble in the bathroom, and the police will be trying to use the handcuffs to arrest me, so they can grab my cell phone from my hand. It's also about my cell phone. So this governor is a lawyer, and I think she thinks she's so smooth. She knows how to beat a criminal case, because when you destroy evidence, you kill witnesses, then there's no case. The case can't be proven. So this is serious. She's been in that governor seat forever as a vice governor, and under her administration, people have been killed like Eric Garner, my mother, and she needs to be investigated and recover. No justice for Eric Garner so far, no justice for my mother. My mother's daughters, Valerie and Fleur, killed her. And I had all the evidence. My mother was telling me my daughters were about to kill her, and they were trying to put her in the psych ward, and my mother said she's not going to go down easy. But she wasn't crazy. She passed the mental health test from Bellevue Hospital. So this was going on. They're using this New York State for terror. Whether this Governor Oko.